and welcome to Dolphin's Dive, the weekly strategically minded Handelabra stream hosted by Logic Dolphin. Handelabra believes in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against those goals are not welcome and will not be tolerated. You can follow us at Handelabra Games on Twitch and Handelabra on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. You can follow me personally at Logic Dolphin on Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch, with no digits. Sentinels of the Multiverse, Bottom of the Ninth, One Deck Dungeon, Aeon's End, and Spirit Island are all available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices, and you can find more information on those games at handelabra.com. Alright, doing things a little slightly differently on my end. My headphones that I've been using, these little cheap old Apple headphones, the nice thing about these is that they're not noise canceling. Well, noise canceling is usually great, but when I'm trying to talk, it sounds weird when I have noise canceling. So I had to improvise and pull out these earbud type headphones, which when I plug into my computer directly, it sounds really weird when I try to talk. But if I plug into my Yeti, it will transfer the sound to my headphones. So I can hear myself in my own ears. It sounds weird, but I can at least hear my voice a little bit better. But I had to reconfigure a little bit how the audio works because I had to treat the Yeti as the default output finally for the first time in 2 or 3 years, when OBS tried that every single time by default. But yeah, as long as you can hear me and as long as things sound good, we are good for tonight. So let's play some Sentinels. We didn't do the weekly one-shot last week, but we should probably start with the one this week and work backwards, just so we get the mint on this one. Let's all go to the fun house. I know, I promised, but this time will be different. It's gotta be. What are the odds that this fun carnival will also turn out to be a terrifying death arena of horrors? That would be pushing it even for me. Expatriette threw a long-practiced side-eye at Setback. I don't know why I even bother, but please don't touch anything. This one-shot requires Rook City, Infernal Relics, Vengeance, Villains of the Multiverse, and Oblivion. Hello, Seamus, and welcome to Dolphin's Dive. We're playing Kaargra Warfang versus Setback. Darkwatch Setback? Expatriette. That looks like Variant Nightmist, Darkwatch Nightmist, Harpy, and Mr. Fixer. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's actually base. I don't know. I don't know any of these variants. In the Madame Metapire's Fantastical Festival of Carnivals and Conundrums and Curiosities. I can't even say that correctly. Madame Mittermeier's Fantastical Festival of Conundrums and Curiosities, MMFFCC. Yeah, it is base Setback. Actually, these are all base. What am I talking about? It's the Darkwatch's team, but with their base powers. So, we have high risk behavior, 2 reckless rushes, and an uncharmed life, an incendiary rounds, a liquid nitrogen rounds, an RPG launcher, and a submachine gun, an astral premonition, an elder ring, a mistbound, and a planar banishment, ancient tome, a calling the flock, a lash of the elements, and a swift summoning. Accidentally based. Accidentally based. Okay, Kaargra is a target right off the bat. Damage, tokens, extra card plays because you flipped. Damage. I forgot Mr. Fixer's cards. I probably did. I'm so used to 4 heroes. Bloody Knuckles, Driving Mantis, Grease, Monkey Fist, Bite Wrench. Okay, so the title in play right now. After a target destroys a target without dealing damage to it, you get Death Color. This is not a title that these gladiators will normally be able to get, which is good, because them being able to reduce a target to 3 or fewer would be pretty bad. They got 3 tokens, and we cannot win the game. The game cannot be won. We gotta get the 20 tokens and flip Kaargra. And do we have the terrible ones? This one's not particularly bad. There's no targets in this environment, so Starry's just sad. There's no other targets here other than, I guess, the Eugen and Munin. But this is 2 damage. It's not that bad. It doesn't get tokens. Whenever a target is destroyed by this card, deal damage. So that could take out Huge and Immune and be bad. And this deals damage. But they're not inherently gaining tokens, which is the good news. The only one that got tokens was Kaargra for dealing 4 damage at once. She did that twice. And she also dealt 2 or more damage at once to multiple non-villain targets in a single turn, so she got that one as well. She's always going to do that, 5 and 4, because 5 heroes. So is there a way we can reduce your damage? Yes, temporarily. Able to permanently reduce your damage would be a bit nicer. Pipe Wrench would at least reduce a little bit of it. But it seems like we're going to probably always get her to deal 2 damage to 2 targets. If we take out a gladiator, we get a new title in play. Reducing or destroying without dealing damage is also a bit tricky. We could do that with Tire Iron. We can do that any other way. RPG Launcher would be an easy way of doing that by destroying an environment target, but we don't have environment targets. Thanks, John. Why'd you stack the decks like this? Why'd you stack it so that we played Madame Mittermeyer's? I don't know what I'm saying. Why'd you choose MMFFCC for this? Okay. Well, we're not getting a token here just yet. Well, technically I'm getting a token. Haha! I'm getting self tokens. Yes! By Reckless Rush. The one that's doing the most damage is Tarragon because it's doing 9 damage. These guys are both doing 2. This one's making the lowest target lowester. But Tarragon is probably, of the gladiators, a priority. We also could go after Kaargra so that we could win the game and also stop her from gaining tokens. Probably fine to do that, put her in check. Lucky break. And we can get a token if I did this to a different target, so I will. Yay! 1 down, 19 to go. Submachine gun and then liquid nitrogen on a future turn would be pretty good. Now, do we stop you from playing cards? It is pretty potent against villains that play an extra card, so stopping 2 card plays gets us a turn to get set up a little bit more. Probably worth. I don't think these other cards are a special value. A special value, yes. A special value. Probably want to keep the environment destruction because of MMFFCC. Although it could be really fun if we deal self-damage a lot. Or if it does the thing that says redirect damage each turn to the source of that damage. That can be really fun. Let's stop Kaargra from playing cards. And I want more cards. So pulling out Huge and Immune right now seems pretty bad. Starry would do 2 to it. Soulslayer would do 2. However, the interesting thing is, even though Starry would deal 2 damage, you would regain 5 hit points right away. So actually the damage wouldn't matter. But you would be dealt damage by Soulslayer. Your base power, just dealing damage. It's the Dark Watch, but not in Dark Watch uniforms. It's base Dark Watch. It's really weird hearing the crowd. Really weird hearing the crowd in the funhouse. Just saying. Oh man. It's huge and immune, and they give me control token flipping and damage. If I flip, get avians, increase projectile damage. Problem is the source of projectile damage is on calling the flock. So that's kind of annoying. I want huge and immune in play before I do this. Or rather, I don't even want huge and immune in play. I just want an avian. It's weird because I don't normally want arcanes, but I want an extra avian so that I can do extra damage with this and get a token. Hello, DF, and welcome. I don't know. Lots of interesting options here. We're not really going to get a token either way, though. 2 damage isn't really going to make it for us. Could speed up the process of finding the good ongoing cards. Let's do that. Get set up fast. We get Magical Bequest and Conjured Aura. Now I don't want avians if I go for Conjured Aura. And then this gets rid of avians. Kind of annoying. We don't necessarily have to play those though. We could play Swift Summoning instead. That one goes into my hand, one goes in my trash, and with my 3 arcanes I can play an ongoing. Let's do Conjured Aura. I can do that to get my tokens where I want them. Deals the hero with the highest. Deals the target with the lowest. So currently no one's being dealt. I guess the 5 and 4 is happening first. So Expatriette at 21. Nightmist Harpy at 19. We have 23, 22, and 21. 23 gets hit. And then Turgon would hit Mr. Fixer. I think redirecting 1 damage is not worth it though, so let's do Pipe Wrench. And Metal on Kaargra. Grease Gun, that stops tokens. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Actually, no, I think we're fine because the one that was damaging is Fixer. The title that is in play right now: when a target damages another target that has a damage reducing effect, give the Seeker to the person. So when they deal damage to a target, increase the next damage dealt to that target by 2. I think that means someone's gonna hit Mr. Fixer just to get that title. Whatever I don't hit is going to be hit by Tarragon, and that would be a total of 3 damage, so it doesn't really matter too much. Let's do less damage to Nightmist because she's... she does not have the amulet yet, and might hit herself. More arcanes, even though Huge and Immune would increase my projectile damage, so I am gonna just go arcanes then. Oh, never mind, Starry got it. No! Damn it. Second highest HP, that's what screwed me up. Okay, well, Starry now needs to go. Starry is now the target of my wrath. Hit Fixer. Don't hit Setback, he'll hit himself. That's the danger with putting out damage reduction, I guess, is that someone might get the Seeker. Alright, so we're not hitting Fixer anymore. Seated Expectations would get a token if we had more than one token in our pool right now. Just do Reckless Rush for the tokens again. We're gonna take out Starry, because Starry is going to result in extra tokens now. Not directly, but with the extra 2 damage. If played Uncharmed Life. Liquid Nitrogen rounds seem pretty good right now. That slows down Tarragon. Now they all have a -1, so this is not a good turn to play Grease Gun because we already have some damage mitigation right now. This is destroying itself because no one's going to be dealt damage that way. Either Star Shield or Enlightenment. Yes, with Star Shield, I could just, you know, take the 2 damage, draw the 2 cards, and then discard 1 card and still profit an extra card off of this. Keep myself alive. I could also remove 2 tokens to redirect that damage to Setback. For some reason, I don't want to. Hey, Lucky, welcome. How are you doing? We have an Oblivion that is going to be really powerful in this match. Tome. I think as long as I would probably prefer to not use Tome, I think. So I'm gonna discard that one. I profited 2 hit points and 1 cards this turn. I deal up to 3 targets, 1 damage each. So Starry takes 1, Kaargra gets 1. Tarragon gets 1. So now the issue is if I do put out Huge and Immune, Starry will hit it, and then the next damage dealt to Huge and Immune is increased by 2. Soul Slayer will go after Huge and Immune and will deal 4 damage, but actually reduced by 1, so it's 3, so never mind. My name change was about 3 weeks ago at this point. Yeah. And yeah, I think it's pretty fitting for the weekly strategically minded handed lopper streamer to get the Logic Dolphin title. Get it? I said title. It's like a title. Title, Logic Dolphin. After a target changes his username, put this card under that target, covering everything above this line. Do a weekly handed lopper stream, or you beat up Kaargra Warfang. Lash would have been so good if Harpy had Seeker. Unfortunately, we do not have that situation here. Just good damage. It's still dealing damage to 4 targets. We'll do it. Licky has redeemed Be a Spirit Island Saturday guest player. Woo! Awesome. We will get in we'll get in touch with you as to when you want to take part on Spirit Island. It could be this week, could be next week, could be next year. Up to you. I was dealt damage. I may flip a token. Cool. If I do the damage on Arcane Blast, then Fixer will kill with Pipe Wrench. Driving Mantis is pretty good with Pipe Wrench, because any source of 3 damage to Fixer becomes 2 damage. And Kaargra also has a -1 right now. Although the annoying thing is she's not gonna go after Fixer. It says Fixer, but actually after she hits Nightmist, she hits someone else. This week is a tad early, it'll take a week to practice, that is fair. But don't worry, we won't bite. We are pretty good at being nice. I think we just flip the Avian, go full Arcane here, and then do the damage so that we can take out Starry. Actually going to be at a bad time because we'll get a title that we can't claim. The new title is Chaos Lord when you play 3 cards in 1 turn. Okay. We'll have to figure out how to accomplish that. Expatriette can play 2 cards with load. Speed loading plays? Yeah, so speed loading plus load gives her 3 plays, so that's a route there. Risk also plays a card. I don't think he can play extra cards beyond that, though. Or can he? I don't think he can. You can only deal 2. You can only play 2 cards. Nightmist can only play 2 cards. Heedless Slash puts a card into play, so it doesn't count. Harpy does play a card off of Swift Summoning and plays a card off of Ancient Tome, but she can't use more than 1 power? Or, no, she can use an extra power, right? No, wait. I thought there was a one-shot that said you may use a power now. Maybe I'm thinking of another hero, because there are a million heroes that have different effects. Fixer absolutely can't play more than 1 card, so the only one that is eligible for that is Expatriette. The nice thing, though, is that this is now not obtainable by Kaargra. If Kaargra got this by playing a card that does it, it'd be pretty bad. Another you won't believe your eyes. I don't believe my eyes here. Destroying with my innate. Well, we could have just gotten that a second ago, couldn't we? Oh, actually. I can do the redirect on Fixer if I do this. Because then Fixer would be second highest, right? You were infinitely unlucky with Kaargra. Yeah. Kaargra getting that is pretty bad. Because that's not... Fixer would still be second highest. We're not changing the order of Nightmist and Fixer. You would still have 2 tokens. Yeah. Driving Mantis. Form is here. Add 1 token to the Bloodsworn favor pool for each environment card in play. That's pretty bad. We have successfully stopped 2 tokens.
These heroes are most strange.
What's happening here? Deal each hero target 1 energy. If multiple hero targets are dealt damage this way, add 4 tokens. Oh my god. This is going pretty poorly. Let this one happen because there's no reason to do it. Fortunately, this one's going through. Even if I could redirect, I'd only be able to redirect once. So 2 targets would be dealt damage still. Or 3 targets. Don't want to flip. Harpy Hex is here. All right, 14 tokens, and we have a lot of priorities. We have a lot of priorities. Okay, exceeded expectations gives us a token. So the living weapon can very easily be given to Fixer. The 2 candidates for that would be Harpy and Fixer anyway, but Fixer has a lot of benefits to having that. Want to set up to take out something with Strike, which means we're not using Grease Gun. I mean, Grease Gun actually would stop the 4 tokens being added. Maybe, well, maybe we're not in a rush to get living weapon. It's not obtainable by them. Oh, actually, +2 is back. Is it always that way? Whenever a target leaves play, move any title cards not under a target back to this area. Oh, okay, so that did go back into here. So we can get this on someone now. We're lucky that it didn't go back to another gladiator, but we also kind of set up for that. We saved Fixer from being dealt damage by Kaargra. This would be very dangerous on Setback, very dangerous on Expatriette. We can get it on Expatriette, or sorry, I said Expatriette earlier. Nightmist would be a very dangerous one, and Harpy would also be a little dangerous. At the very least, if she does Arcane Explosion, that would hit us, but she doesn't do a lot. I guess she does do the self-damage off of, like, a Lash, for instance. Expatriette's probably a really good candidate, because Submachine Gun will hit everything and give a +2. We can get it with RPG Launcher. So what else do we have here? Destroy without dealing damage is going to be very difficult still. Unless we switch Fixer's weapon, but he hasn't gotten Tire Iron. Playing 3 cards is still limited to Expatriette. We gotta get rid of Seeker in any case. But the other ones are not villain obtainable. So I guess... Exceeded expectations here. Get a token, and Orem has to go, and Edessa has to go, and Kaargra have to go, but you know. Reckless Rush. So if we give Seeker to Expatriate and she uses Submachine Gun, so all these guys have +2s. Is that a good Oblivion turn? Very dangerous. On the other hand, we kind of have to start getting rid of these chumps. We've already gotten a 1 for dealing 2 damage to multiple targets, so this can go wherever. Oblivion would actually wipe Orem or Edessa with the +2 from Expatriate, right? Because they'll be down to 5 and 6. They'll have a +2. Even if we reveal 2 1s, The first one will deal 3, the second will deal 1, so 3, 4, 5. Maybe not. If we do reveal 2 1s, they're still in play then. They deal 1 from Expatriette, 2 1s at the very least, a +2 from Expatriette, so that's 5 damage, yeah. Putting him at 1 is okay. Orem does definitely need to go because he will add tokens regardless of whether it can deal damage, but Edessa is situational. I have a lash here to deal the extra damage. This would deal 5 damage, or 5 targets damage, so maybe I just... Yeah, so the, like, 3 damage, Tarragon at 5, that's lethal. So just focus on Kaargra then. But now things are looking up. Actually, if I hit Fixer first, I get a +1, or the +2 on someone. Give it to Kaargra. We're not gonna get favor off of this turn because we're not dealing 2 damage to multiple targets. Because whoever I target will get a +2 and will then be dealt 3 damage off a submachine gun. Probably Kaargra. Alright, here we go. 2 3s. Alright, so Orem is dead. Before we kill Orem, let's think about the titles that are going to possibly come out. Destroying 3 targets in 1 turn. Dealing itself 3 or more damage in 1 turn. A target entering play. Target dealing damage to multiple hero targets and multiple villain targets in the same turn. Dealt damage by 5 different sources in 1 round. Dealt 6 or more damage in 1 turn. Okay. So the one that's the absolute worst is being dealt 6 or more in 1 turn. Because any villain would be able to get that. So I think we have to hit everything that's a gladiator this turn. Or first. Hit all the gladiators except Orem first. So that they don't have counted damage first. Because they only... This only starts tracking once it enters play. No targets have been dealt any damage yet this turn since this card entered play. So I want to make sure that it doesn't start tracking until it enters play. But hit everyone that's not going to be destroyed. Almost all of those tokens are probably going to be won this turn. 3 target destroys will happen. Although it might... Well, I think we can make it happen still with a redirect or something. Dealing yourself 3 or more damage is going to happen with Oblivion. Dealing damage to multiple hero targets and multiple villain targets would happen with Oblivion. Mindbreaker is the one that's a bit more finicky. Here goes nothing. Champion. Oh no, we are going to destroy these 3 this turn. They're each being dealt 3 damage. So we are going to get champion then. Damage dealt by this target is irreducible. Fixer can redirect. I think I used the redirect to take out another gladiator to get another title out because we want reckless or indiscriminate in play if we can get it. Stonejaw. Well, the good news about Stonejaw is we can get it. Because we still have Calling the Flock. Huge and immune and will now have a -1. Take that. Unfortunately, we're not going to get indiscriminate this turn. You do not have your Harpy Hex yet, so I think we keep all the arcanes still. Let's try again. Mindbreaker being dealt damage by 5 different sources. I now have Champion. Dealing yourself 3 damage in 1 turn. Unfortunately, that is a hair too late. But we can get that on Nightmist. We want it on Nightmist. Which one is the one that does that? First time we did damage, gain 1. Oh yeah, Nightmist absolutely wants that. Okay. Start Elder Ring. Actually, with Elder Ring, we can deal 3 damage easily, but we can also deal damage. Is it at once or in 1 turn? In 1 turn. Yeah, so I don't need the plus damage to do that. I can just play any Nightmist card plus base power to get that. Alright, so we have to be careful. We don't actually want to destroy Kaargra. Because when Kaargra flips, at the start of the villain turn, if there are no gladiator cards in play, Kaargra flips, so we don't actually want to take out Kaargra. It might be, even though we just took out all the targets, it's probably still a fair turn for Grease Gun because there's nothing else happening right now. We are definitely playing Calling the Flock. This damage is probably fine. I could probably do self-damage to try to get that on Harpy, but we probably want it on Nightmist anyway. You're in the deck. You got Stonejaw! Don't need to worry about damage right now. Uncontrollable Flock. Swift Summoning. I think we play Harpy Hex here, though. With Harpy Hex, Uncontrollable Flock is really fun, though. Great fun. Stonen. We have, yeah, Hugin and Stonen. Hugin and Munin and Stonen, yeah. Probably take Uncontrollable Flock, and then I can start flipping tokens repeatedly or something. Dealt damage by 5 different sources. Does that... Is a source a damage instance? Like if I did 1 lightning, 1 fire, and 1 cold damage, is that 3 sources, or is that only coming from 1 source? That's a question. A source is a target, okay. Have to be very careful. Kaargra's at 2 sources. Just per round? And per round, yeah. Damage is fine.
50,000 credits right now. So we
A grease gun. Okay, Provocator Tarnus. Getting in the way. Also have to be mindful because we do now have the Unbreakable. Their target is dealt 6 or more damage in 1 turn. Plus, of course, the Mindbreaker, 5 different sources. And Tarnus is, of course, gonna redirect. The first villain target that would be dealt damage. And what's going on here? We're Gone Without a Trace. If there are more attractions than character cards with 5 or more HP, the target with the lowest HP deals itself 5 infernal damage. If a target is destroyed this way, remove that target and this card from the game. Can we remove Kaargra from the game? What happens if you remove Kaargra? Does the Coliseum just stop? I think it does, right? That's how you end up with victory with like less than 20 tokens. I want to imagine that's the case. There are no attractions in play, so this is not going off just yet, but something to be mindful of. We destroyed the Gladiator that adds tokens based on armor cards. Somehow Setback is less HP than Hugin and Munin. That's awkward. I could fix that. I don't think there's a reason to deal damage here. You can get a token off of Hollow Points on Expatriette, but I don't think we want Setback to be a source of damage. Or we can make it so something else happens. I think we just cash out. Make sure that Ashclaw hits something that's not a hero target, I guess. Let's just get cards. Silver Lining is here. That's good. And we need to discard 4 cards to each regain 2 hit points. Questions are, who's removing stuff? Fixer has Harmony. Good time for Harmony. I think Nightmist probably doesn't want to discard because all their cards need to be saved for like Amulet and Star Shield or something. Everyone but Nightmist then. They don't need another Uncharmed Life. I don't think I'm using the shotgun this game. Incendiary rounds, hollow points are all good ammo, and I can reload them. I think I'll just get rid of the shotgun, as weird as it sounds. All these are fun. We want Uncontrollable Flock for sure. Don't have the +1 off of Hugin right now. That does draw a lot. That does a lot of damage. This is the one that's probably, as fun as it is, it's the least useful right now. Unless we've already discarded the other one. So it's the last copy in the deck. Probably get rid of Direct Strike then. Use Monkey Fist discard. Seems weird. Ashclaw's going after Huge Immunin. You don't want to deal damage. +2 with 1. Direct off Ashclaw. We hit Ashclaw first, that redirects to Tarnus. I guess. Oh, Tarnus is gonna get this. Guess that's a mistake. Might not be. We might just win. Take out Kaargra. We're almost at 20 favor. We can give the Reckless one. That's a token. Heedless Lash for that. Might play an extra nice fun card with that. We play Heedless Lash. And we get the token here as well. Oh no, we can't win! Another Heedless Lash. Had one Heedless Lash, yes, but what about second Heedless Lash? Or third Heedless Lash? Yeah, so we just win. Mist form. That was a fun one.
You call that a punch?
Oh. Didn't realize that this was multiple targets. Oh well. We still win. That wasn't gonna be the winning blow anyway. Yay! Mint! That was fun. Thank you, John, for setting that up. Should all appreciate John for the one-shots that he makes. We didn't start the fire. The familiar klaxons of Wagner Mars base blared incessantly, and the scientists dutifully filed down the halls toward the emergency shelters. A broadcast appeared on every screen across the facility. Citizen Dawn glared out at anyone watching. This station is now the property of the citizens of the sun. It is time for the new era of humanity to rise. Her eyes flared with terrible energy. We were not the first, but we will ensure the flame of our purpose will burn on and on, even when we are gone. Yes. Okay. Challenge Citizen Dawn versus Raw Horus of Two Horizons, Absolute Zero, Sacrificial Tempest, and Fanatic in Wagner Mars base. It is the base expansion. the base game that goes out like every month or so. The world belongs to the citizens of the sun. I have seen the far reaches of power. I will not allow evil to prevail. Ruff, ruff, ruff. Watch out for Citizen Billy and Citizen Joel. All right, Fire Blast, Inferno, Living Conflagration, Wrathful Gaze, Cold Snap, Coolant Blast, Impale, Thermal Shockwave. Wait, no, hold on. Fire Blast, Inferno, Living Conflagration, Wrathful Gaze, Cold Snap, Coolant Blast, Impale, Thermal Shockwave, Aquatic Correspondence, Elemental Wave Inducer, Lightning Slash, Reclaim from the Deep, Consecrated Ground, Divine Sacrifice, Embolden, Smite the Transgressor. We didn't start the fire. Did you catch what I was trying to do there? I don't think you caught what I was trying to do there. Battery, Anvil, Blood, Assault. The challenge rule states, whenever a citizen card is destroyed, Citizen Dawn deals the hero target with the highest HP 3 fire damage. And the usual rules for Citizen Dawn apply at the start of the villain turn. If there are 5 or more citizens in the villain trash, Citizen Dawn flips and then becomes immune to damage, but flips back if there are 3 or more citizens in play. On this side, she plays an extra card. On this side, she deals the hero target with the highest HP 2 energy damage. We have Battery and we have Assault. So as the result, Battery has a +2, deals the hero target with the highest HP 3 +2 damage. Citizen Assault has a +1 at the end of the villain turn, deals each hero target 1+1 melee damage. Citizen Anvil reduces damage dealt to citizens by 1 and takes Hammer from the trash and puts it into play, but it's not there. At the end of the villain turn, this card deals the hero target with the lowest HP 1 melee damage and extra effects based off of other citizens in play. This one's hitting the highest. One hits the lowest, this one hits each. So whoever is the highest right now doesn't 100% seem fair. We do have the base, the one that deals self damage, absolute 0 with no modules. No modules. We do have a Coolant Blast. Is there a way we can take out a citizen with raw and then 5 damage is a lot, but with a -1, I guess we take out Assault. Dawn deals 3 damage to absolute 0, and then Coolant Blast deals 3 damage. I think the AoE damage one is definitely hurting, especially with the +1 damage. We want to get rid of the damage reduction one as well. One's not too bad as long as it's the only one in play. With Citizen Dawn, you generally need to be very mindful of what citizens you put in the trash. Don't rush that. Neither of you have your sustain means yet. Probably hit Tempest though. If Tempest damages a non-character target, you lose any end of turn effects, which is pretty powerful here. However, getting past that -1 is tough. Take out Assault. So that Dawn hits absolute 0 for fire damage by mistake. Sun's rising. Okay, Excavation is a really, really good card because you can discard it with Sunrise. Wrathful Gaze actually can bypass damage immunity, can't it? Check Coolant Blast carefully. Well, damn it, John. My last turn hasn't happened yet. Thank you, John. Thank you, John. Now I'm sad. Can someone ban? Okay, hold on, I'll do it. There, John's banned. It's okay. This is only going to be 2 damage anyway. It's not going to do that much. Keep the summon staves. Keep the living conflag. Keep the Inferno. Discard Wrathful Gaze. I was trying to think of a reason to keep Wrathful Gaze, but I don't think quite do that. We have Imbued Fire, which is interesting. Not doing self-damage here. This is not going to do anything, but actually it would only do self-damage or hero damage. This is not going to be a good card to play in this match. This has not been a previous turn for Absolute Zero. That deals 2 damage. This might be a good opportunity to skip, because at most I put an Impale in play. I think we skip here. There's just no good. No good. Cryo Chamber, Focused Apertures. Now you cannot get past damage. Lightning Slash does 4. Not enough to get past a lot, but it can do 4 damage to Citizen Anvil. Some interesting cards here, but not a lot of damage that's irreducible, so we will go through, but base power won't. Embolden, really powerful. Bolden on Absolute Zero, so he does Thermal Shockwave and Coolant Blast on the same turn. Still have to figure out how to do, like, take out Citizen Anvil here. We do Inferno for 2 damage to Anvil, and we do Lightning Slash for 4. Anvil's at 1, so we could do Divine Sacrifice to kill Anvil. This is not going past any damage reductions. So the thing about the redirect, this is, I have to be very careful because I always get confused with Extreme Primord's Fanatic. Damage dealt by those targets is redirected to Fanatic until the start of your next turn. So like, if Citizen Dawn were to play Blinding Blast, that would do 8 damage to Fanatic. If she plays Channel the Eclipse, she would normally deal herself 2 cold damage, but that redirects to Fanatic, and that's just sad. I also have a Devastating Aurora that we should be mindful of. Although, to be fair, I have been slightly spoiled with this one shot based on comments that were posted in a Discord. I'm not going to say what that spoiler was in case you're watching this live. But I generally play as though I don't know anything, because that's, you know, make your best plays with no future knowledge is how I go. Don't think I want to hit Dawn here. Probably okay to hit. I mean, like, battery's hitting Fanatic anyway. Blood and hit Fanatic, that's fine. I don't know that I want to damage these things, though, is the thing, but we'll just do that for now. The damage is not going through. End of days! That is a good way to destroy citizens. Meteor Storm. All targets are immune to damage. And Healing Light, that screws up my plan for taking out Anvil. Plus all the damage I dealt with Fanatic just didn't matter, like, at all. Alright. Meteor Storm presents an interesting dilemma here because ordinarily we could use Meteor Storm to help us get set up, but if Citizen Dawn plays Devastating Aurora, we lose our setup, we also lose Meteor Storm. I don't think we need to be immune to damage. We're not getting a buttload of damage right now. Plus, we need to deal with the Citizen Anvil problem still. Imbued Fire at least provides a +1. It does screw up a lot of Absolute Zero's stuff. Although Thermal Shockwave's a bit interesting because no cold damage would have been dealt. But instead he deals himself 1 fire damage because of the +1. It would make Thunderstruck actually work. It would make base power work. Or when I say base power, I mean Fanatic's base power. However, in order to do that, I have to skip a turn somewhere. Or destroy it with some environment destruction, which we seem to be lacking. I guess Consecrated Ground would do it, but a bit too late. Option 1 is Raw plays Imbued Fire. Absolute Zero skips. Tempest does stuff. Fanatic does stuff. Option 2. A lot of our stuff is damage dealing. But we could also do a little bit of setup. We could do 1 round of setup, hope that she doesn't play Devastating Aurora. Only 2 cards out of 20. But being able to have Imbued Fire and then skip Raw's next turn, I think would be a lot more powerful here. Because skipping Raw is just flat out bad. Raw playing Imbued Fire, Absolute Zero skipping doesn't do that much. It does the damage off of Thunderstruck. I mean, the point is it doesn't get rid of Citizen Anvil. I could just do Thunderstruck on... I guess actually none of these guys are really that bad. The only one that's really bad is Citizen Anvil because of the damage reduction. End of Days is really bad. Because we destroy all the citizens, but there will be no citizens in play, so Citizen Dawn's just going to stay on her flip side for 1,000,000 turns, which is bad. I do Imbued Fire, an Absolute Zero. Plays Thermal Shockwave, an Absolute and Tempest. Plays Aquatic Correspondence, I guess. Fanatic plays Embolden on Absolute Zero. Definitely dangerous because Absolute Zero is not going to heal anymore then, but being able to combo Thermal Shockwave and Cool Blast is nice. The other problem, though, Fire damage dealt since the end of your last turn. Emboldened dealing fire damage is kind of interesting, but that doesn't happen. It happens at the end of the turn, but not since the end of the turn. So that's actually not too good. Vicious Cyclone on Dawn, actually. That doesn't look like Absolute Zero's healing anyway. Yeah. Because you stack the decks. I do like Embolden on Absolute Zero. I probably like Vicious Cyclone on Tempest. I think we take the gamble that we don't see Devastating Aurora. We just do the setup. Summon Staff. Summon Staff. You'd fire. Let's filter through our deck some more. All the staves. Card 2 of these cards. The AoE damage is the one that's tough because we don't really want to do forced AoE. You skipped Raw. You skipped Raw. You skipped Raw. Am I gonna play all these staves? I don't know. There are hit points, and they could be one-shots. I get rid of Inferno. Get a Summon Staff. Hey, modules. Modules. Alright, so we have to skip Raw's next turn, assuming that we're not devastating Aurora. Okay. Okay. Well. I accidentally hit no on that. We definitely do that. I think we have to skip on Absolute Zero because we're losing Embolden. Although it's annoying. I lose Embolden if I don't skip my turn, and if I don't skip my turn, then nothing happens. Gonna get rid of Channel the Eclipse with Consecrated Ground. This one is not good. We don't want extra card plays. That makes Devastating Aurora come twice as fast. Now the challenge here is how do we damage Citizen Anvil effectively? Chain Lightning does good damage. Maybe I don't discard for Vicious Cyclone. I was hoping to have a +1 on this. I don't think these cards are worth 1 damage. Reclaim is good. All these cards are good. Aquatic Funds, Vicious Cyclone. Need to this. And we have damage, Citizen Dawn! And we can leave those guys in play still. Okay. Consecrated Ground. We'll go 1 damage. And your power will do 1 and 1. With the -1s and +1s. So I could use this opportunity to not hit Anvil, but instead stop damage from happening. That's still not a lot of damage. Oh, this has to anvil, although this hits multiples. I could actually hit absolute zero with this. Not for that, but for coolant blast. I think it makes sense with the +1s to do that. Unfortunately, that did not hit absolute zero. Game is really tempting me with end of days right now. Self-destruct sequence is out. Still not a devastating Aurora. Forcibly discarding 2 cards. I don't foresee myself playing all these staves. We still have another staff in my deck. Could also probably get rid of either Blazing Tornado or Living Conflagration. Probably keep Living Conflag because with +1s, pretty good. Get rid of equipments because they can be gotten back. Shielding Winds is actually pretty bad. I think Elemental Subwave is a bit too slow, especially against Citizen Dawn, and we're just gonna get rid of End of Days IMO. Because we don't want that here. Okay, so you hit highest, then you hit lowest, which is actually going to be who gets hit first. Give this to Ra then? No, it's gonna be who's dealt the 3, actually. Probably want Fanatic to just take the most damage. Absolute Zero can also heal, but it's a bit difficult since we have Imbued Fire right now, but since we did find a module card, can't get that set up. But Fanatic can potentially do a lot of damage with Divine Retribution. Okay. So now, I think as long as there are 2 cards under here, we don't have to worry about this. Trying to get this set up so there are 6 cards under this card is kind of annoying. Not worth. Yeah. I think I do Conflag first, because Staff of Ra... I guess I could just throw the staff repeatedly, but I would also like to have the +1 for the Infernos. I'm happy with these cards, I think. Why, yes, I'll deal myself even more fire damage. Five damage coolant blast. Another onboard module. And get both. Let's double check and see this. No fire damage since there has not been a previous turn for Absolute Zero. Well, that's a lie. That's a lie. Hold off on Reclaim for a bit. I think we play Aquatic here. That seems wrong. This is the public build, so it's a bug that I'm sure has been fixed a million times over in the beta by this point. Who programmed this? I think it was programmed by Schmigrant P. Aegis is here. Well, that's a bit painful. Do we take this so that Absolute Zero takes 3? I mean, I guess each hero... I mean, Tempest has none, Fanatic has none. Could destroy imbued fire so it does less damage to the other heroes, but I'm gonna be ballsy here. This is fine, everything's fine. Even though everything's on fire right now, literally. Return with the Dawn's pretty bad. But it is not devastating Aurora. It is an Anvil, however. Pretty bad. So someone's going to have to skip a turn. We do not have environment destruction. Probably Fanatic. Can't quite kill Citizen Anvil with Fire Blast and Living Conflagration, unfortunately. This would take out Citizen Blood. There are only 4 citizens in the game, that's weird. I mean, we can't get rid of Return with the Dawn, so we could just keep taking out citizens and let Dawn keep returning a random one. If there's only 4 citizens. So like Scorched Earth is okay, it's gonna do 3 + 1 - 1, so 3 damage to all. Still doesn't quite kill things. And we'll be at 4 and then 3. Tempest skips because he still isn't really happy. I guess, oh, actually no, Tempest destroys Return with the Dawn. Okay, never mind. Unless we just, you know, ignore it again. I think we just ignore Return with the Dawn because the one that's worse is Channel the Eclipse still, even though it's even 1 that can come back. I think we skip Fanatic. I think we just let Citizen Dawn destroy self-destruct sequence with Channel the Eclipse, or not Channel the Eclipse, but Devastating Aurora whenever she decides to play it. Kill, but does do damage. Oh yeah, I guess that's a problem. The damage she does because of challenge. I guess that's a problem. Not a big problem. Oh, I probably wanted to do a damage to Absolute Zero here instead. Oh yeah, I could have probably just killed Anvil like that then, so Coolant Blast does more. Rip Absolute Zero? What? No. It's fine. We're not doing the Embolden anymore though. That's fine. Everything's fine. Don't want to do that still. Waiting for Anvil to be destroyed before I do this, but... Do I skip Tempest? I think I skipped Tempest. Two out of 17 of Devastating Aurora. She's not really at risk of being killed this turn. I think I just take out Anvil with this and then do base power on Dawn for 4 damage. You thought he would self-destruct from that? The thing is that he's not dealing cold damage with Thermal Shockwave, so he doesn't do extra damage to himself. Because Thermal Shockwave says deal damage, Absolute Zero deals himself X fire damage, or X equals the total amount of cold damage dealt by Absolute Zero this turn, but he's not dealing cold damage because of imbued fire. Ra does the discard. Ditch Wrathful Gaze. Ditch Staff. Villainous Weaponry. Pretty bad. Okay, 10 HP. That's not a bad card, though. The citizen you're playing is Blood. But now Tempest is on the ropes. But you did not put out Anvil. So can we do a bajillion damage to Citizen Dawn this turn? Is this the super term? I threw out Thermal Shockwave? What do you mean Bible Thump on Thermal Shockwave? I was comboing Thermal Shockwave with Coolant Blast. Oh, you're talking to Zidfell. Sorry. Yeah, don't throw out Thermal Shockwave. Thermal Shockwave is a really powerful Absolute Zero card. I don't think we can do a bajillion damage. It's just Cyclone is gonna do 6. All lightning will do 5, that's 11. 2 is 13. 4 is 17. 19. I guess it depends on what you draw there. Yeah, we're not dealing 45 damage in Absolute Zero and Raw. I think I put out a staff and I use Living Conflag. And then next turn I can do Fire Blast and Staff. Assuming that we're not destroying or not devastating Aurora. Someone does have to skip a turn. You have to assume that Tempest is going bye-bye. The turn skip's probably on Fanatic. Flame Spike. I think that does more damage than Fire Blast. Okay. Frostbound Drain. That powers up Coolant Blast. That changed things. 4 damage. Self 4, outputs 5, and then Coolant Blast is another 5. That's 14 damage there. Citizen Zon's at 28, Vicious Cyclone 22, Ball Lightning 17, Thunderstruck 15. We're not killing her, do Impale instead? Assuming she doesn't destroy it. We could have done base power for slightly more damage. Field Freeze. Nice. Stratosphere? No, we're getting rid of Return with the Dawn. Gonna commit a cardinal sin and discard Reclaim with the Deep. And then skip Fanatic, so yeah. Probably actually just do this to stop the damage. Gonna kill Tempest right now with Villainous Weaponry. Let's not kill Tempest. Uh-oh. Alright, well, Tempest is dead. Citizen Blood is dead. Now here is an interesting dilemma. I'm probably gonna have to destroy Imbued Fire. Because I probably want Absolute Zero to take as much fire damage as he can off of this. Fanatic is dead already. He survives with destroying Imbued Fire. If I hit raw, then Fanatic and Absolute Zero are highest. We take out Citizen Blood, and then Citizen Dawn goes after one of those two. So if we're sacrificing Fanatic, we could then have the damage go on Fanatic because she's dead anyway. We could stop the second damage if we destroy ongoings. We could destroy Imbued Fire. We could keep Imbued Fire. Maybe the plan was to use Staff of Ra next turn anyway, so Living Conflag can burn anyway. Absolute Zero could ditch Impale or Thermal Shockwave, because Coolant Blast is going to do more damage. Probably Thermal Shockwave. The problem, though, is that the end of turn damage is still 3. I guess Ra would survive that. Assuming that Citizen Dawn doesn't play a card that does more damage. It could all be for naught, depending on what gets played. Citizen Dawn does Blinding Blast, we're dead. Okay, that's actually probably the best one. Now we win. Theoretically. Like, there's definitely enough damage here, right? Be hard pressed to believe there is not enough damage here. I can't do Frostbound Drain anymore. Just doing 1 damage plus the number of ongoings I destroy, so as long as I don't kill Citizen Ears, I can destroy Impale, that's fine. Now we win off of a card play. There's not an environment target. But we can just destroy self-destruct sequence, I guess. Do not destroy pervasive red dust. That was close. That was close. But we won. Good. That was a damage race at the end. 842, we can do another game. So in our conquest for beating all the villains on their difficulties, increasing in difficulty each time, we're now in Advanced Omnitron. And this is the team we have for it. Let's go. Igrim P did not play Imbued Fire. Well, that was your first mistake. Offensive programming online. Destroy humans. Not one more step. You're in trouble now. I've got my eye on you. So Dark Watch Expatriette has arsenal access, hair trigger reflexes, hollow points, and speed loading. Omnitron-U has disruptive flechettes, innervation ray, reset, and singularity. Parse has gauge, quick calculation, and 2 reveal the flaws. And Adamant Sentinels have Caliginous form, coordinated assault, human shield, and unique capabilities. This is advanced, which means we have +1s and -1s happening. On this side, reduce damage dealt to devices by 1. On this side, increase damage dealt by devices by 1. So currently Omnitron has a -1. And he recycles the disintegration ray. And he flips first? Yeah, so he's going to have the +1 on that. No control on what's going on here. Engage a little bit to have an insight. We need to deal the damage in order to have the -1 happen. Reveal the flaws at least bypasses the -1, but it's kind of interesting because Parse is in the worst position for that because it's only going to benefit 2 heroes at most. It either benefits Expatriette and Omnitron-U or it benefits Parse and Sentinels. Expatriette does not have a gun here, but here trigger reflexes with aim can be good. It would damage whatever drones get flayed immediately. Or the Electropulse explosive. Go that route. I don't think we're getting rid of Disintegration Ray. We have Omnitron-U, so it's interesting because you can destroy components. Self-sabotage destroys components. Does not have that. Could perhaps draw it with reset. Could just destroy it with disruptive flechettes, actually. I mean, that's actually a really good play. Stops the 5 damage. You can put Innervation Ray out, although... The thing about Disruptive Flechettes is its AoE damage could be helpful on the next turn when he has... Well, I guess he's only playing 1 card. He's recycling the Disintegration Ray. But we could be more able to destroy it with damage next turn. Probably the 5 damage is fine for now. Like, it's not a good idea to do Innervation Ray if no damage has been dealt. Save Disruptive for next turn, because Disintegration Ray is coming back anyway, but again, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I just skip here. I think I'm playing an extra card. Focused Plasma Cannon. Yeah, let's gauge the situation. Self-repair drone. Yeah, good card. Good card. Snap Decision is a really good card. So I can get a style out safely this turn. Is it worth human shielding? Do the search first. Get Durasteel chains with human shielding, but we don't have the -1 day. Probably want a Caligulus form in any case. For general safety. Caligulus form protects against competitive flechettes? Yeah, the damage happens first. Can also be really good to just redirect the Electropulse explosive damage, although that would just redirect to Omnitron. Let's see. This is definitely being played. No reason to heal. I'll just do Durasteel chains anyway. Or a vision was drawn. The next time a non-hero target is destroyed, you may move it to the bottom of its deck. Interesting. Actually pretty notable in this fight since he recycles. That might be worth, actually. He is definitely playing the self-repair drone. It does keep bringing Disintegration Ray back every other turn, but kind of interesting. Velociraptor pack. Nibbling on Idealist! Well, the Velociraptor pack now just deals with the repair drone, so I don't hit the repair drone here. I think I'm fine with just aiming. I'll do Arsenal Access. Good nitrogen rounds and Flak Jacket. I'll put Flak Jacket in play. Pride doesn't seem like it's going to do that much. Oh, I guess the thing is if I Disruptive Flechettes, the Velociraptor pack would then hit one of us. I'm not playing Reset, by the way. I'm kind of like... While it does do a draw and play, I kind of want to save it for when there's a card in the trash that I want. I mean, I guess it doesn't really make too much of a difference, but like, say I have a technological advancement that I've played and it's in my trash, I could then reset and it's back in my deck. Whereas if I reset now, I mean, I could perhaps draw it, but then I lose my reset, so there are lots of resets in this deck, but I don't know. I just like saving them for a technological advancement turn. Guess we could just take out the Velociraptor pack ourselves. Disruptive Flechettes. On base power. Play Focused Plasma Cannon. I guess the order, well, I guess the order didn't actually matter because the pack wasn't dying. Self-sabotage is here. Alright, we can only control one of the two plays. The bad turn for Electropulse with the -1 damage. That just goes on the bottom. Does increase the chances of something bad coming out, but too much positive energy. Doesn't kill the Velociraptor pack. Don't need to hit points anyway. Probably just do the big coordinated assault damage. Mainstay has this +1 for now. Then do a damage to the Velociraptor pack. Matter if I do Haymaker or something else, because it's doing much anyway. Probably could have also left the Velociraptor pack to deal with whatever things come out, but is this a skip? Interesting thing is, it's better to not skip with Expatriette because Flak Jacket then gets used up. Although I guess I can't destroy Flak Jacket with this, but we definitely want to keep Hair Trigger Reflexes. Definitely want to keep those cards. Definitely want to keep those cards. Is a bit ow on the Sentinels. But now we have hit points to recover. Yay! Oh, there's the sight of the flechettes. There goes our ongoings. And we have another disintegration ray. That could be self-sabotaged. Yeah, John, you cleverly stacked the decks in this random game. I lost my Hair Trigger Reflexes, so now I play a gun. Getting disruptive fleshettes back would be good. I mean, really anything. Hey! Am I actually doing that though? Rocket Punch does a lot of damage. It does 3 damage with the -1s and +1s. Don't need to destroy this main. You do it for every game everybody plays. It's a lot of work. How else could you ensure that the worst card is played by the villain at every possible moment? I just see John sitting at his mega computer, just like with 20,000 monitors staring at it. And it's like, all right, this is the worst card for this match. And oh, he just started a game. I have to quickly decide what card to play right now. Lost a lot of our setup here. We gotta do damage. This does 1 damage. We gotta do 2 more damage. Still have our Durasteel chains, so Mainstay would do enough damage there. The positive energy field, probably. Positive energy turn. But this is not Realm of Discord. Buffer overflow is a bit scary. But the only thing that would forcibly destroy an ongoing is Sedative Flechettes. There's only 1 more copy of. Kind of tempted to do this on Sentinels. Second Chance and Dark Delusions. Just play the Dark Delusions. Yes. Could also be saved for a future turn. Those destroyed Disintegration Ray at least. We're gonna draw the second chance because there's no point in playing it. Exploit vulnerability, pretty good. Can't do the damage, so let's regenerate. I guess we could mainstay for damage, but I want the hit points. Idealist was at 1. Om nom nom. The automaton drone. And another disintegration ray. That was the recycled one. Okay. That T-Rex is pretty bad. So many hit points, and it does so much damage. Just focus on Omnitron, I feel like. RPG launcher gets rid of the T-Rex if we can play it. Definitely doing Rocket Punch, I'm pretty sure. Kind of just ignoring the drone to deal with the villain proper. Defensive blast, pretty good. If we had platings. Okay, Blackout is pretty good. Damaged target then deals each non-hero target 2 infernal damage, and there's a +1 on drones, right? Or on devices. We can take out the automaton drone and deal 3 damage to Omnitron. Wraith has to deal damage this way. Order matters. You can get through damage right now. Sentinel tactics, pretty good. Volcanic eruption. I don't want to hit Omnitron because I don't want to lose my equipment. Saltrone. Adaptive plating subroutine. That's the last one in the deck. Okay, so Disruptive Flechette's pretty good. Volcanic Eruption can be destroyed if we skip entire turn. Probably just skip Omnitron's turn. Keep the Innervation Ray, or Innervation Ray goes off first anyway. Cause yeah, that's probably fine. Don't destroy the adaptive plating subroutine right away, but this is the turn where he's at or the round where he's -1 anyway, so we can't do that much damage. The enraged T-Rex needs to go. RPG launch the T-Rex. Kill the assault run with this. Don't have many guns, game. Yeah. Buffer overflow to prevent another additive flechettes. Now I can do a forced -1. Yay! That will help on the +1 turn. The Velociraptors. They're still eating Idealist. No. Okay, terraforming on 1 card is okay. That just basically cycles a card, which is fine. Electromagnetic is fine. Assault drone is fine. Like, it wouldn't make sense to discard terraforming because Omnitron would still play a card and we would just have the T-Rex or the Velociraptor in play. Okay, +1 on assault drone. Shock rounds seem pretty good this turn. Incendiary rounds. Disruptive flechettes to get rid of the plating. Also kills the assault drone. Rocket punch Omnitron in the face. And play a second buffer overflow because technological singularity is a pretty bad one. It would basically kill Omnitron. Omnitron-U, that is. The wrong Omnitron. Okay, so I don't have to do mainstays power if I do damage here, so let's do coordinated assault. While there isn't a -1. Reduce the damage dealt by Omnitron. Heal the Sentinels. Each hero may destroy one of their equipment cards. Deal any hero that does not destroy an equipment card 4 fire damage. This is not a one-shot, so I can check this. If I destroy Durasteel chains, then Sentinels are not a target. If I don't destroy Durasteel chains, all the Sentinels are affected. I think that Durasteel chains gots to go. Not losing my pride. I'm not losing my equipments. Retro Pulse on the -1 turn. But you do have a +1. Fine. Automaton can stay. Now the EPE is the priority. Our trigger reflexes return. Don't have this active yet. And this is 3 damage as it is. This would be variable damage. The electro deployment. Not actually dealing that much damage to the EP after all, are we? There's a plating. Reveal the flaws would make this do plus damage because we would keep the +1 but not the -1. We'll just do 4 damage though. That's probably a lot better. Extrasensory awareness! Alright, the game is over. It's been won. Bit of wasted damage, but have to do it. Only doing 1 damage, but it has a +1 on the next turn. I'm gonna keep the -1 on Omnitron, just in case it plays a thing. Although I have him mostly under control at this point. I do want to discard cards. Obsidian Field. Alright, I like where this is going. That magnetic railgun is just gonna self-destruct. Alright. Game is over. Not even using Omnitron-U's power here. Probably should have, but Rocket Punch will do 7 damage. Which is 2 less, I guess, so I probably should have used base power. Oh well, it doesn't matter, we've won. Base power would have done 16. Done 12. 2 plus 1 Nemesis plus 1 Obsidian Field, and I destroyed 3 of my own cards with it. Yeah. So 7 versus 12, I should have done 5, yeah. It's okay, it doesn't matter. But for min-maxing, I should have done the base power. Oh no, I didn't win! I didn't win! Oh no! Okay, Advanced Omnitron is down. Which means that challenge is next, and that will wait until next week because we are out of time. Thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed your stay. This was Dolphin's Dive. We stream every Thursday at 7 p.m. in order to give you some strategic flair on some Candelabra products. We've been on a Sentinels kick lately, so you can check us out for those weekly Sentinels streams. Check out the other streams we have on this channel. Every Monday at 5 p.m. is Luck of the Seamus with Seamus the Hug Monster. Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. These are Eastern times, by the way. Tuesday 7 p.m. is Candelabra Live with John and sometimes Jeremy, who are 2 of the leads of Candelabra. Every Thursday at 7 p.m. is Dolphin's Dive with yours truly. Every Friday at 1 p.m. is the Sentinels, no, not Sentinels anymore, the Aeon's End Kickstarter dev stream. I don't know if it's every Friday at 1 p.m., but I know that is what they've been planning on doing for the Aeon's End Kickstarter. Probably just through the Kickstarter for all I know. John will correct me in a second. Every Saturday at 7 p.m. is Spirit Island Saturdays with sometimes myself, sometimes John, sometimes Seamus, sometimes Jeff Dugan, and sometimes yourself if you claim the 20,000 points of Labra reward to be a guest on Spirit Island Saturdays. Licky did claim the reward, and he is going to practice for the next week in order to be able to play with us, but you'll be able to see him next week. It's tomorrow, at least, with Jean-Marc. All right, Jean-Marc is here tomorrow at 1 p.m. to show some stuff with the Aeon's End, maybe music, I don't know, or programming. He is this magical unicorn who can program and design music. And every Sunday at 6 p.m. is Tales of the Archive with another lit down. Check out the Candelabra products that they have developed: Sentinels the Multiverse, Bottom of the Ninth, One Deck Dungeon, Aeon's End, and Spirit Island. They are all available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices, as well as analog, cardboard, ink, and dice if you so desire. You can check out Candelabra.com for more information on those products. You can also check out the Kickstarter for the Aeon's End expansion that they're working on. What is it called? I don't remember what it's called. I'm a terrible streamer. But John will certainly link the Kickstarter in the description or in the chat. I mean, I think Nightbot had to have done it at some point, so I can even... It's the New Age is what it's called, as I can see from Nightbot. There's the Kickstarter link. Kickstarter.com/project/Handelabra/Aeons-End-Digital-the-new-age. In case he needs to know that there are dashes in between. Yeah, this was fun. I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it too. This was Logic Dolphin signing out. Check me out on Twitch and Discord and Twitter and Steam and whatever other avenue that I have not discussed yet. Let's listen to Citizen Dawn. All right, have a good night, everyone. Have a good one.